Yeah, it's me. I want to send a shout out to Hayward. Folks out at Hayward sent me this beautiful heater to show it off, and that's exactly what we're doing. We've got it all put back together, and the electrical's done. The plumbing is not done. I'm waiting on some isolation valves so I can divert the water when, if I have to, from going through the heater. Those will be here Friday, but then we're going to expect some rain. But right now, all I have left is about a 3-foot piece of bonding wire, which I'll run to the store and get, and we'll connect that up later. But I thank you for watching. Shout out to the Hayward folks for sending me this unit. God bless everybody, and I hope you have a great summer. Weather up here in New England has been very cold this year for the summer. Pool is not warm. I had a 50,000 BTU heater that couldn't do the job. This is their new technology, 110,000. My old heater was not Hayward. I'm really looking forward to getting this unit running and online, and you guys are going to be with me every step of the way. Thanks a bunch. Hey everybody. Today's project is going to be wiring the new Hayward HeatPro heat pump to the disconnect box. So as you can tell, I have a liquid tight whip down here with the wire out of it. Right in the bottom, right here, there's a little knockout that we're going to knock out. We're going to take the cover off of this. I think there's 5 little screws in the front, and that cover will lift up, and I'll be able to reach in and grab instructions and some pieces that I need. So let's get the cover off first, the front, and let's see exactly what we got to do. I found a little nut driver that'll fit. I'm sorry, I don't know exactly what size it is, but here we go. One, 2, and number 3. Now I've seen people just lift this up and reach in, and that looks like what we can do here. So let's try it. Give me a second here to adjust myself. We're going to stop by just reaching in for some parts. There's a bag down here we can grab. I gotta cut something. I gotta get some cutters. I grab the closest thing to me. That's it. We'll leave that like that for now. When I do the wiring, I'm going to actually take the front panel off. So there's 2 more bolts down there. We'll repeat this, lift it up, and pull it right off. Now I've got a bunch of parts here. Looks like some tie downs if we want to use them, which I don't have to up here. And the high temperature unions that we're definitely going to need. And the gaskets that go in those unions. So, and instructions. All right. So we're going to proceed. Now I'm expecting a common carrier delivery, and if that happens to show up, I'm going to have to pause this, because they should be here within a half hour, so they say, but you know how that goes. There's my little knockout right down there. Let's see if I can get that out of there. Yep, as simple as that can be. I got a little pair of lineman's pliers here to pull that out. That's it. Now that tube should fit right through there. It's a 3/4 inch. That should fit right in that hole. So at this point here, let's pull the cover off and see how we're going to do. We'll pull that cover off now. It looks like they use these auto body nut inserts. I'm sure you've seen them before. You see them right here. They go over the piece and then they're threaded. And that pretty much was so simple. And let's see what we're dealing with here. And it's just a plastic cover. There's nothing more to it. That's all it is. The magic is going to live in this box right here. That's going to open up and we're going to put our wiring in it. We move this over to one side. Now this is a newly designed model here for 2025. And let's take a quick look in it. It's pretty clean on the inside. You can see where our knockout is down here. So we're going to get that wire going. That wire has to come out of here and this is going to swing open. So let's get the wire fed first. Some people actually connect a flex, a wet flex, a liquid tight connector down there. But I've seen where people run that right up through here, and there's a feed for it. I think that feed goes right here in the front. I can feel it. So we're going to be running from here right up to the front, and there's a little hole under here. I think that's the way I would prefer to do it anyway. All right. There we are. We got plenty of wire here. Matter of fact, I can pull some back. Yep, have to do it again. And I'm going to be good for now. I'm going to pause this and I'm going to come back to it a little later. I'll go read some directions at this point and make sure we got things going the way it's supposed to. So I will be back. Well, I think I should come under here. Seems like that would make more sense. All right. We'll catch you in a few after we go through some directions. But there you get a shot of it. That's where we're coming up on the inside there. I just want to see what the best way to route this is according to the instructions. We'll be back. All right, well, I went through the directions and they were not very helpful because they said route the wire. So I'm going to have to, do that. So this is coming off. And I think this opens up. And this is where we're going to make our connections in here, okay? There's going to be a ground connection, which is, let me get you in here. You've got 3 connections that we're going to make inside this box. You've got line 1 and line 2. It does not matter which of my wires is going to connect to that. And then we have the bonding or the ground. Right here is the ground, and that's going to be connected there. So 2 wires here, 1 wire there. We're going to come up through the bottom here. And actually this plug is not big enough for the 3/4 inch conduit. I didn't think it would be. Yeah, we can't even get that. We can't even get that in here with the way this piping is. So we're going to have to take a different tack down here and getting this wire in the box. All right. We're going to have to just route the wires. I'm going to have to strip that jacket back and just route the wires. So that's going to be our next move. We are going to have to put an elbow on the outside of this. And I'm going to have to strip a bunch of this back, probably. Oh. On the safe side, I'm going to strip it back to here. Right here. Make it something to mark that. I'm just fortunate enough that I have enough wire to do this. We'll come right in here with it. I just get this started. There we go. All right, what I'm going to end up using in this particular situation is I got to be careful, and I got to get this jacket off of here and pull it back, and then expose the covered conductors. So I got a little opening now, and I'll be using this angle, right? That will go on here through that cutout, that punch out we made. The wires will be stripped, individual conductors will be fed through here, and then the individual wires will go up through that box there. That's the best we can do given the access hole that we have. I'm just going to get in here a little bit and just work this around in a circle, cutting just a little bit as I go. It's a little time consuming, but it's going to work fine. Just a little bit at a time. We don't want to damage the inside wire at all. And I'm nowhere near that. I can see it perfectly clear. Okay. There you go. So you can see it. Didn't even touch it. Just little cuts at a time. We're just about ready to pull this off of here. There we are. We're good. Didn't nick the wire at all. And it's going to pull right off. Well, I hope it pulls right off. It was tough to get it in there in the first place. There we are. All right. So now at this point, it seems a little funny, but we're going to take this jacket. We're going to strip this jacket off all the way back. Because that's the way to do it. This video should probably be called Old Guys Do Wiring, huh? And I may have to trim some of this back anyway when we get to the final piece of it. Got to make sure you got a good enough view here. Yeah, you're good enough. Some of this stuff is a little tedious, but some people like watching it, believe it or not. There we are. Come on, Mama. I should pull it off in one swoop. There's the wires. All right. Now let's take the little paper jacket off the ground. And now we're going to feed this right through our, whatchamacallit here, our angle. So we're going to come on here first, like this. If we forget to put this on first, then we're redoing the whole thing again. And we don't want to do that. And that's down on there, like you see. These wires get fed through here now. All right. That's two of them. Now we got the ground coming up. Let's get our ground in there. There we are. There we go. It's a blessed trinity of wire right there. Now you can see why if I did this backwards and didn't put that little sleeve down there, we'd be redoing this whole thing and we wouldn't be happy about it. And once we get to this point here, all right, once we get to this point, this jacket just kind of goes down over here like that, and that's all it does. Right, that's all it does. And then we're going to prep that right in there. Come on. Now we take this. This is already down here nice and tight. And we're going to take this and we're just going to snuggle right up on here. And that's going to bite down on that outer jacket of what they call liquid tight. And now we're going to take this ring off. And we're going to take it out. All right. And you can see how this is going to be more flexible to get our wires up through there rather than coming in through the liquid tight. I know some people say run the liquid tight all the way, but that box will not accommodate that, okay? And especially where this pipe is right here, it's kind of right in the middle of where the hole is. So that would have been that was not a win-win for us in any way, shape, or form. Let me readjust you guys. All right, we're going to start by putting this right in the hole and grabbing a hand to it. See what happens? See my arm? I have like contact rashes, right? Like if something plastic or aluminum touches my arm, it gives me a little rash. Kind of weird. Kind of strange. All right, let's get going. There we are. Whoops. Now I'm kind of old, so when I get down on my knees, I got to have a plan to get back up. And that's my plan to get back up. I have to push up on something because just honestly, my knees are not what they used to be. So let's get this put in place. We'll get this on our wires. Okay, let's get in here. There we are. There we go. Trying to get a little pair of channel locks and tighten that up. It's getting nice and tight. You never want to over tighten things. Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know. Now this is, I don't think this is the ideal connector for here, because I think it should have kind of gone out some more, but this is nice and snug. That's not going anywhere. That piece of the puzzle is done. I'm now off my knees. And we'll move on. Now I'm going to try to get you the best view that I can. But I might be in the way a little bit. So don't hate on me for that. There's nothing I can do about it. All right. All right. Let's come on up through the bottom here. Let's get these wires run. We're going to come up through here. And let's just do this. Because that's all we got to do. Let's hook up our ground first. Let's hook up our ground first. We just, a little screwdriver. Now there's a little screw here on the ground plug we're going to undo. We're going to get this right up underneath there. We'll put it right up in the back of the wires. Oh. I think we might want to come behind here. Like this. No, I think we're better in the front. And then we'll come behind these wires here. Loosen it up a little more, get the wire in, and tighten it up. Come on, come on, you can get in there. There we are, we're in. That's in. That's all goody good. Now our next two wires are going to be our hots. All right. That's going to be line 1 and line 2. And we're okay with this the way it is. We're just going to pull those back a little bit and connect them right where it says line 1 and line 2. It doesn't matter what side what is connected to. Now this is run back to a double pole breaker. It's a 40 amp breaker, and that's why this wire is so big. And yeah, all the breakers are off. They're all off. All right. That's up all the way. Let's tighten that up. Okay. And now we got our other leg. That's up all the way. This is nicely routed. That'd be fine. Everything looks good. It says to wiggle these a little bit and then tighten them again. We'll try a little more muscle on them this time. Yeah, see? And that's it. Now our wiring is done, right? You can close this up. Put our screw back in. And that's all buttoned up. Now we can put our front panel on and be done with the electrical portion of the show today. I hope I wasn't blocking you too much. Let me get some of these tools put out of the way. I'm really happy the way this is going so far. All right. Now we get this last one in. Last one always seems to be the trickiest, right? Yep, see. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's me. I want to send a shout out to Hayward. Folks out at Hayward sent me this beautiful heater to show it off, and that's exactly what we're doing. We've got it all put back together, and the electrical's done. The plumbing is not done. I'm waiting on some isolation valves so I can divert the water when, if I have to, from going through the heater. Those will be here Friday, but then we're going to expect some rain. But right now, all I have left is about a 3-foot piece of bonding wire, which I'll run to the store and get, and we'll connect that up later. But I thank you for watching. Shout out to the Hayward folks for sending me this unit. God bless everybody, and I hope you have a great summer. Weather up here in New England has been very cold this year for the summer. Pool is not warm. I had a 50,000 BTU heater that couldn't do the job. This is their new technology, 110,000. My old heater was not Hayward. I'm really looking forward to getting this unit running and online, and you guys are going to be with me every step of the way. Thanks a bunch.